It is the dish on fish. So many people, I think, are intimidated, Rachel, when it comes to cooking fish, and they don't try it at home, or they're a little bit worried about cooking it at home. So what's great about today is, guess who also has never cooked fish at home? A lot. I do most of the cooking, but Riley and Embry and Jasmine, so they're going to do the cooking today.
Oh, so Jazz and the ladies, this is their first time on this side of the fish.
Yes.
That's right.
Exactly.
I do think that people are cooking more seafood now. We've gotten a little bit better at it, because our diets have all changed so much. So, Blais family, can we all just go through a couple of top tips for people who don't know how to dish the fish? Just when you're going shopping for fish, Richard, can you walk us through, please, for the basics for folks?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna go through what you need to look out for. I'm gonna actually get the kitchen moving on breading some of the cod that we're going to cook. Girls, you can start doing that. And here, Rachel, here's the deal. Most people, they don't even know what to look for when they're going to buy fish, right? So some of my tips for cooking great fish is, how do you buy great fish?
Sorry, look.
Yeah, there it is. There's a fish coming into the frame. We got the fish cutting board working. The number one thing is, ask the person behind the counter, right? Like, ask the fishmonger, the person who's at the store, any questions that you have. That's number one. Number two is, use all of your senses when you're looking to purchase fish. You're at the counter, use your eyes and use your nose, right? So if you're looking at fish fillets on the counter, they want to look moist and wet, and you want to see them glisten. They want to look shiny. Right there's a perfect example of a salmon fillet. Listen, fish swim in the water, duh, right? Everyone knows that. So they want to look wet and moist. The skin should look nice and shiny. If the fish is looking dry, it's probably just been sitting in the counter too long. It's not going to be that fresh. Another thing that you're looking for, of course, is to make sure that that fillet, like we just saw, is not broken, that the fillet itself doesn't have cracks in it.
Absolutely.
There's a great example right there. And Amber, you want to pass me that fish board, or Jasmine, pass me that fish board. Fish, when it's handled, it's so delicate. The muscle structure of a fish is so delicate. You want to handle it like a baby. This is how I handled Embry and Riley when they were babies. I handled them very gently, very delicately, because if the fish gets overhandled, you see sometimes people throwing fish around, right, on some of these things. Sorry, I almost hit Jasmine in the face. But if you're overhandling the fish, it's going to create those cracks. It's not going to be easy to cook. The other thing people are always freaked out about when it comes to seafood is the smell of seafood. Oh, it smells fishy. Well, really fresh seafood does not smell fishy. A matter of fact, yeah, it doesn't smell. It shouldn't smell. If it does smell, I have a cucumber right here, and it should smell like a fresh cucumber or a fresh ocean breeze. If you're getting like a strong fishy smell, then that fish is probably not at its prime. And you can even ask if the fishmonger won't let you smell it, they can smell it, and you can just gauge their reaction to it. So those are some tips when we're looking for fish.
And of course, we want to remind everyone to always try and buy only sustainable seafood. You can even do that at Walmart's, Target, from the freezer section. You can always look to make sure our seafood is sustainable, so we're paying it forward. So tell us about what you guys are doing. The ladies are killing it. They're getting in there.
So listen, I'm glad you mentioned it, Rachel, because you mentioned, frozen, right? Like, frozen fish is fine, okay? A lot of times you want to look for something that was frozen at sea. So these big boats, they go out. As soon as they catch the fish, they're actually, fabricating, butchering that fish on the boat and freezing it right there. So it's very, very fresh. And actually, the dish that we're doing right now that the girls are working on is some frozen cod, frozen at sea, sustainable cod. And you can see, I love now that, you can buy fish in these packages. Each fillet here is individually packaged. Yes. Don't be afraid of using the frozen fillet. We're making that frozen cod fillet, and we're breading it because it's a great way, especially to use frozen fish, because a frozen fish might be a little bit more moist, right? Because it's been frozen. And that breading on the fish really protects it and makes it easier to cook. Plus, who doesn't love crispy anything, right?